think it's a fantastic movie. I think it stands in its own right. It's a different thing to the stage show, but it hasn't in any way sort of challenged the stage show in any way. It's taken, I think, the material, said this is a film, we are making a film version of it. I mean, it's its own thing. It's not at all based on the theatre visually or direction wise, but it's still got exactly the same essence, and that's all I could have ever hoped for. I mean, and it hasn't deviated that much from the material. If anything, it's expanded it and given it perhaps even a deeper emotional centre. I happened to have seen The Lost Boys, which Joel Schumacher directed, and I thought he had an incredible idea of visually it was, I thought, a very impressive film, particularly as it was quite a low budget one, and I thought it was very sure handled, and again I thought that the use of music in it was exceptional. With Joel, there was never any question of tampering with the basic fabric of it. Yeah, we've taken one or two little bits out when we've clarified some things for the cinema, because obviously it's much more real in the cinema. Therefore, some of the sort of things that you just take for granted in the theatre and nobody questions, are going to be questioned more in the cinema. So we've addressed that, we hope. The main change, I suppose, that we have made. One is, well, actually, really, they're not so much changes as additions. I mean, we now make more of, as it were, the story of Raoul and him arriving at the auction and why he went to the auction, and we see him in the film going to the grave of Christine Daae, his wife, and we realise that to some degree the film is his memory of the whole thing, of the story. But that's one thing. I suppose the other major change we've made is that we do learn something of the Phantom's own backstory. We see him as a little kid in a fairground. We got a girl who comes from the Metropolitan Opera School, is just 17 and has got a fantastic voice. We've got Patrick Wilson, who's one of the great natural lyric tenors from the theatre. I mean, he was Curly in Oklahoma, and then we got Jerry Butler, who's got a great rock tenor voice. That balance vocally was also very important, because we need to have somebody as the Phantom who's got a bit of, as it were, a bit of rock and roll sensibility in him.